What if I told you surviving dry-ass turkey on Thanksgiving couldn't save a team from choking 3 days later?
What's goody, Shellitronnn here, the most woke, no joking. I'm back again with a brand new video, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna answer the question for you. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing is goody. There, I have it for you right there. What does it take? What does it take for this team to actually show up in the clutch situation? What do we have to do? Is it I don't know what it is. Well, you know what? Actually, I got something for you. You know what? This is what's gonna have to be from now on. Like Drake said, for what it was. It is what it is, and I got ties. Welcome back, Oregon Duck fans. We are back once again. It was a really good win on Friday. We just beat Oregon State 55-15. Travis Dye really killed them. He really showed up. I mean, 33 carries, 199 yards, averaging 6 yards per carry and 2 touchdowns. CJ Verdell also had 4 touchdowns on the day on 187 yards rushing. 55-15. We're 8-4. We're not going to make the college football playoffs, but we are looking really good for our bowl game, and we are going to be looking really, really nice. This is a really good win, not just for us as a school, nice, as a student base, nice, but for the whole state of Oregon, which you guys all know I am from, and I do live here in Eugene. For all of us here in the Oregon Nation, Oregon Duck Nation, we had a really good win. This feels right. No, but in all seriousness, man, I have no idea what to say about this. What can I really say? What do you do when your quarterback is putting up ridiculous numbers and your team just can't win? Your team just can't win. Cam went 25 for 30, 256, 2 touchdowns, and a bad interception that honestly he really didn't need to go for. He tried going on top of 2 defenders. I didn't really like that play. Now, if we had Funches, I would maybe like that a little bit more, but honestly, he had to put a little bit more on that ball. But Funches is a little bit taller, can jump a little bit higher, and he might be able to muscle his way over a DB and get that ball. But the way it looked there, honestly, it just was kind of a force. That was the old Cam. But I mean, still, 25 for 30 is borderline great. 5 for 6 was at 87%. 5 for 6 is around, 83%, I think, actually. I mean, Christian McCaffrey, 17 carries, 125 yards, 11 receptions, 112 yards. What do you want? This man, Christian McCaffrey, had 230 yards, 245, almost 250 yards by himself. What do you want? What do you want? Cam goes 8 rushes for 63 yards. What do you want? What does this offense have to do? And whose fault is it? I mean, I don't understand. Is it Graham Gano, 52 yards, late clutch situation. Is it his fault, 52 yards in a late situation? Maybe. Is it Coach Rivera's fault? I don't know what exactly the issue is there. Is it Eric Washington's fault? I mean, I can't place the blame in any real structured area. Like, what is it? I think what it really comes down to is that Dante Jackson didn't play. And we all wanted to see Corn Elder. I'm not going to put it on y'all. Some of y'all tell me that you want to see Corn Elder. It's like, why are we not letting our young guys play? Why isn't Ron Rivera? Why is he always sticking to his veterans? Why doesn't he appreciate these younger guys? Give Corn Elder a shot. And you know what? I was kind of on that bandwagon a little bit. I wasn't so crazy about taking out all the vets and letting all the young guys in. But there had to be a reason why we aren't letting Rashawn Golden in the game, why we aren't letting Corn Elder in the game, and we all found out why. I tweeted when the second play of the game came up after the first play where Dante got hurt. I said we all wanted to see Corn Elder, and we will now. He looked pretty alright first half. He was getting targeted a little bit more in the third quarter, but it showed up a lot later in the game. Russell Wilson said, hold up, who's Corn Elder again? And he said, hey, David Moore, which I have no clue who that is either. We're getting gashed up by these dudes with no names. Russ said, David Moore, how about you just go down the field and, I don't know, catch over this little boy? And I don't want to call Corn Elder a little boy, but compared to David Moore, that's what it was. He was getting sunned out there. He wasn't even looking, turning around for the ball. He was a head shorter than this man. He was just flailing out there. It was a bad matchup. And when you have Captain Munderland and you have Corn Elder on the same side of the field, why even look at James Bradbury? And honestly, James Bradbury wasn't even playing. He said, look, James, hey, you can do whatever you're doing over there with whoever it is over there. Hey, do what you got to do over there. But I'm looking on this side of the field with what's his face and Captain, what's his name again? Russell Wilson has no idea what these guys' names are. And he said, look, I'm going to target D-boys. Our defense looked pretty straight all game. We were balling up that run Every run to the inside was basically bottled up. I don't know what it was. Our defense looked nice. I feel like all phases of our team looked good until the fourth quarter. I mean, the run game was amazing. On offense, our run game was getting work done at all levels. It wasn't just Christian McCaffrey. It wasn't just Cam. We had DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel doing things out there too. And honestly, it felt like we finally had like a really explosive offense that could do whatever we wanted to. Those first 2 drives in the red zone, we were one of the best teams in the red zone in the NFL. And those first 2 drives both should have ended up in touchdowns. It ended up in a 4th down failure and a field goal. We really should have had 14 to begin with. At some points, I was kind of getting confused while we were running because the pass game was actually working really well. Like, we would get down the field, passing the ball, 3 runs in the red zone, and then say, hey, I guess it is what it is. Yes, that's show business, baby. I don't know what exactly was the problem. We really should have been passing a lot more on this defense, and but the thing is, I really can't put it on the offense. The offense showed up today. The offense really showed up today, and Christian McCaffrey, no win or lose, this man shows up like it's nobody's business. But I will say, out of nowhere, he started having some ball security issues. I don't think he lost any fumbles, but he had at least 3. Christian McCaffrey had at least 3 fumbles this game, and that's very uncharacteristic of him. I did not know what that was about. How do I put this into words? I mean, I could really talk about this game a lot more. And I'll get back to the game, actually. I want to talk about this for a second. I said something in one of the last videos I did. It was a question that I feel like was received like I was hating or like I was having no faith in our offense or in our team in general. I asked, once we make it to the playoffs, what are our realistic playoff expectations? Like, what do you think this playoff run's going to be? What team exactly are we going to beat in the playoffs? Like, we got beat by the 3-6 Lions by 1 very late in the game. And then we just got beat by this 5-5 Seahawks team by 3 very, very late in the game. In 2 situations, this is 4, nice, where we actually held our own fate in our hands. This were 2 games, late situation, crunch time, clutch time, that we did not perform. And these are not teams that are even close, even anywhere in the same sentence, the same chapter, the same book. These are a whole different volume and a whole different genre of literature. These are teams that are basically pamphlets in comparison to the Saints, the Rams, the Chiefs, even the Patriots to a certain extent. Those are big cinema movies. Those are big IMAX, 3D, Real D, 4D movies at Scarowinds. That's what those teams are in comparison to these teams that we're losing to right now. After seeing what we've been doing so far, what exactly do we expect to do against those teams in the playoffs? And let me know if I'm hating. Is that hating to be realistic? I had someone comment saying, oh man, you're actually hating, bro. What are you doing, man? You never know. Maybe we win out. Maybe the Saints lose out. What are you talking about, bro? You don't know what's going to happen. If you want someone to tell you that we're going to go undefeated, win every game 50-0, if you want a channel where someone's going to lie to your face and not tell you the truth about what's going on in these games, it's not here. I want you all to watch the videos. I want you all to stay subbed. I want you guys to come through here, share your opinions and whatnot. But don't tell me to lie to you. Don't tell me to tell you that we're going to always win every single game. Don't tell me to tell you that we're looking amazing in clutch situations. I try to keep it as real as I can. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you think we're going to sweep the Saints, if you think the Saints are going to lose out, and they have a game against the Cowboys and another game against the Bucks, I'm not gonna get into all that. If you want to call me a hater, if you want to call me a hater for keeping it real, that's just what it is. But we have to ask ourselves, what are the realistic expectations for this team? Let's keep it real here too. 52-yard field goal. That's kind of far. I don't want to put it all on Graham Gano. On second down, we call a pass play, even though we know the Seahawks want to use all their timeouts. We call a pass play on second, 7? I think it was. Why did we call a pass? Let them use their last timeout, and then we can see what we do there. I have no idea what the mindset is for this team. I'm just very confused. We don't look like a team that can beat a team that's actually good, a team that's actually rolling. In the past 2 weeks, we've been in these games. Like, that sounds like a good thing, but we should not be in the game with the Lions. We should be blowing them out. They shouldn't even be on the same field with us. The Seahawks, we play a similar game, and we're honestly very closely related in the way we run things. It really should have been a 2-possession game from the second quarter on. We've been playing like, I don't know what it is. It's like we played down to our opponent's strength, or we want to just test ourselves. You're like, you know what? How about we just see just how bad we can be, and then we can like come back from behind and come back and clutch it out late game situation so we're used to it. It's like we want to try to make the game as hard for us as humanly possible. Nice. Where it starts. Is it Coach Rivera? Is it Eric Washington? Is it Cam? I don't think it's Cam. It's not Christian McCaffrey. It's not our receivers. It's not our offensive line. So it's somewhere on the defense, right? Honestly, I think most of it goes on Dante Jackson just not being in the game. He got hurt, couldn't come back in. And Corn Elder is not ready. Corn Elder is not ready. And neither are we, as a team. Say what you want. I don't care whether we win or lose any of these next games. We now have 2 teams with a similar record to us, with actually a better record than us, who have tiebreakers on us. And neither one of those teams are division leaders, so they get in the playoffs before us if we have a tie later on in the season, and it's not looking good for us. I honestly don't even care. I haven't given up. But honestly, it doesn't look all that great for us right now. Tell me it looks great. Tell me we're about to win out the rest of the season and end up 11-5. Let me know. The Lions and the Seahawks. Look at our schedule who we're going up against later on this season and tell me which of those teams are all definitively worse than the Lions and the Seahawks. And tell me that we're going to miraculously out of nowhere start playing way better and start winning games in clutch situations since we don't like blowing out teams anymore. Apparently we don't like blowing out teams and we don't like holding on to leads. I don't know what it is, man. What was the biggest issue in this game? And what's the biggest issue overall for this team? What needs to be changed? Let me know in the comments below. And you already know to do that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend, real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.